let's get things rolling. This is Kris, you are in my Project Management Sandbox. Today we're going to talk about Agile, and I actually wanted to open the Agile series and going a little bit deeper into each of the frameworks to break it down further. Today we will start with the overview. I wanted to talk about the values, the principles of Agile, and touch base on the concept that is called project noise level. Meanwhile, please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe not to miss the upcoming videos. You can always take the like back if you don't like the video at the end, but not to waste your time afterwards. Make sure you like it up front. And let's get started. You've probably heard Agile mentioned a lot. Sometimes as a framework, sometimes as a mindset, and sometimes just as a buzzword. In its core, Agile is quite simple. This is the way of working that accepts the key truth. No project can be completely defined upfront. Things will always evolve, and at the very beginning, there is really low probability you will know everything that's going to happen throughout all the project and what's going to be the final outcome. Definitely we will get the picture, like we will have the goal, we will have the understanding where we want to go. Nevertheless, throughout the project delivery, almost 100% of probability, you will embrace changes. You will have changes in the requirements, in the dependencies, in the technology. Using Agile will help us to be more flexible, more adaptive, and to deliver the best outcome possible. So Agile doesn't resist change. It uses it. When the Agile Manifesto was created back in 2001 by a group of software practitioners, they realized that traditional methods of project delivery, the rigid approaches, were not keeping up with how the real projects unfold. That's why they wrote down 4 values and 12 principles to outline how they see a better software delivery. And let's go through them, starting from values, as they are the foundation of all. Value number 1, individuals and interactions across those individuals over processes and tools. Definitely processes help, tools help, but at the end of the day, no project is delivered by a single person and no product is created by a single person either. That's why it's really important to keep people in the center and to make sure that you're building good professional relationships so that you can enjoy the work that you're doing together. Number 2, working software over comprehensive docs. We need to focus on the result. Documentation is definitely important. Planning is very much important. Nevertheless, it requires a lot of time. Frequently, it requires a lot of time, and even in waterfall, it's a separate iteration of planning. In Agile, that might not be the perfect scenario. That's why sometimes it's better to focus on the results and to be more flexible and adaptive rather than have a robust plan and docs upfront. Number 3 is customer collaboration over contract negotiation. I'm not diminishing the value of contracts. It's important, legal stuff, compliance, and so on. What I'm trying to convey here is that we are working not only for customers, but with them. We're trying to solve some problem for the end users, right? And the best source of information and feedback are the users themselves. And number 4, responding to change over following the plan. As we have started, it's not possible to not have any changes in the project. And it's really hard to predict everything up front, right? That's why plans should guide us, but they should not lock us in. And let's bear in mind that those values do not prevent us from having structure, having processes and plans. They just remind us that the structure and plans should serve people, not the other way around. Now, what's up with 12 principles? Principle number 1 is to satisfy the customer. Agile expects that we are delivering frequently and we are delivering the solution iteratively. That helps to actually get the feedback faster and make sure that we are driving in the right direction. The sooner we have something working available for the users, the sooner we get the feedback and the sooner we would be able to adjust if something is not working according to the expectations. Number 2 is welcoming change. Nothing is predictable 100% from the get-go. That's why it's important not to be afraid of changes. even on later stages of projects. If we are receiving a change request, that helps us to understand what could be done differently and what could be done better. Obviously, we are going to negotiate the priorities to make sure that all the expectations are aligned. But having change is not a waste or rework. It's an opportunity to do things better. Number 3 is frequent delivery. We need to receive feedback and we need to listen to this feedback. And the only way to get this feedback sooner is to deliver something sooner to the users. Like imagine if we have been working on some application for several months in a row. And at the end of the day, when we throw it to the market, we realize that the demand has changed and this is not actually what users want. So frequent delivery is the key. 4, business people must work together with software developers. Let's see. Software teams do not work in isolation. When we talk about commercial projects, business is analyzing the situation of the market. They figured out what's going on, what's the gap and what's the demand at this particular moment, and came up with the idea of the solution that will close this gap and solve some sort of the problem for the users. That's being converted into the requirements and passed to software development teams. When developers do their magic, again, it's not the end of the cycle. The solution is being passed to go-to-market team, to advertising team, to customer support team, and even to infrastructure team for the further maintenance. And that's not a small loop. And we need to bear in mind that for consistency and alignment and understanding across of those teams, we need to make sure that we have good collaboration and communication channels. Number 5 is motivation. Projects should be built around motivated individuals. And what I'm talking about is that people need to have this sparkle. They need to burn from the inside and be sure that they're doing the right thing. Just compare the probable outcomes if someone is working on something they don't really care about versus people who work on something that gives them inspiration. I guess you got the difference. 6 is face-to-face communication. And I know what you are going to tell me. Oh, Kris, come on. The majority of us is working in the remote environment. It's literally not possible to put everybody in the single room and have face-to-face communication on a daily basis. What is more, if you are in the same room as a single team and you are able to have this face-to-face communication on a recurring basis, there is a probability this is not the only office in the company. And the rest of the offices might be located in multiple time zones, which makes things a little bit complicated. In this reality, the solution is to have the video call, and it's still going to be face-to-face communication. The point here is that it's more efficient to sometimes hop on a quick call and talk to people seeing their faces versus going back and forth in the chats. 7 is working software. Let's tweak it in our imagination and change the word software to the word result. And what we are aiming here for is having the working result that actually closes the gap and solves the problem that we were aiming to solve. 8 is sustainable development. Although we are talking about short increments and quick delivery, success is also measured by consistency. Agile is not just a one-off exercise. That's the tool that helps us to maintain the consistency at the pace while still being efficient and quick in delivery. 9 is continuous attention to technical excellence and design. And hear me out. I know that we have discussed we are valuing result over comprehensive documentation. The point here is we still need to make sure that we are delivering something of quality. The solutions, the technical solutions, the designs are clean, clear and transparent for everyone. And that's the effort for minimizing waste in the long run. If you understand what's going on under the hood today and tomorrow you will need to change something, you will know where exactly to look at. Therefore, technical excellence and design should not be just a supplement, but should be built into the delivery process. 10 is simplicity. Definitely, we want to have things done perfectly with all the ribbons and all the sparkles over it. However, the core is to focus on what really matters and to have the clear prioritization strategy. Every unnecessary task will cause additional friction, and friction means waste and delays, and this is what we're trying to avoid at any cost. 11 is self-organized teams, and best designs and solutions are created by self-organized teams. It's not happening overnight, you know that. Building a self-organized team requires investment from the leadership, from the project leader, from the team leader. One of the things that you can do to help the team become self-organized is to embrace trust, to trust your people that they can come with good solutions and create great products based on those decisions. Nevertheless, trust is not something that you receive out of the box. And it's not the only thing that will help. What else is required apart from trust is a high level of ownership from everyone involved and the high level of accountability. Number 12 is learning. We are delivering frequently, we have the frequent feedback loops, and we are listening to this feedback, meaning we are able to reflect on this feedback and to adjust so that we can continuously improve moving forward. And same as technical excellence and design, this should not be a supplement but should be built into the process, into the agile delivery flow. That's agile in spirit. It's about embracing change, focusing on people, and improving continuously. In practice, these ideas come to life through frameworks like Scrum, Kanban, Lean, and Scrumban, and each one interprets agile principles in a slightly different way, depending on how much structure or flexibility the project needs. Speaking of which, to break it down further, let's talk about something we call project noise level. Take a look at this picture. We can see a scale where closer to 0 we have more agreement and more certainty about the project goals, scope, dependencies, requirements, and technical solutions. The closer we are to that point, the simpler the project feels. But as we move from 0, as alignment decreases and uncertainty grows, things naturally become more chaotic. And that's where Agile helps. We adapt our approach to match this noise level. Using the right framework, we reduce the noise level, improve communication, and make the delivery smoother. And that's actually what project management is about. We match the approach with the reality. Thanks for watching. See ya!